So in this problem we have a little bit of bit information, different one. You have to read this problem very carefully before starting the working of it, because in the beginning it is given very clearly: prepare projected balance sheet, profit and loss account, and then an estimate of working capital requirement. So in the first of the problem you have given the issued share capital, debentures, fixed assets, all the three will come in the balance sheet. So for example, share capital will come in the balance sheet, rupees 3 lakhs. Then 6% debentures is a long-term liability, comes on the liability side. Fixed assets at cost comes on the asset side, 2 lakhs. So all the three information related to the balance sheet. Next, the expected ratio to selling price. So they are given a ratio here to the selling price, not the amount of per unit. So we have information connected to point number H. Point number H is having selling price rupees 4 per unit. So selling price 4 per unit. So come back. Raw material is 50% of rupees 4. Labor 20% of rupees 4. Overheads 20% of rupees 4. Profit 10% of rupees 4. So 50% of 4 rupee is 2 rupees. 20% of 4 rupee is 80 paisa. 80 paisa. 3 rupees 60 paisa. And 10% 40 paisa. So 40% of 4. So this we are completed with per unit information. Once you have per unit information, you can find out how many units has been produced. So number of units produced is given in point number E. So point number E says that the production units is 1,80,000 units. So for that we have to calculate now. 2 rupees into 1,80,000, 3,60,000. 80 paisa into 1,80,000. Again 80 paisa into 1,80,000, 1,44,000 only. Total cost after adding all the three elements 6,48,000. 40 paisa into 1,80,000, 72,000 rupees. Add cost and profit 7,20,000 rupees. So first I have completed the cost sheet. Then we can go for preparation of the calculation of working capital requirement. So let us go one by one. Raw materials are kept in store for an average of 2 months. So stock of raw materials, current assets at cost. So raw materials at cost is rupees 3,60,000 for 2 months. 2 by 12, amount comes to 60,000. The next one is finished goods remaining stock on an average of 3 months. Stock of finished goods is also a current asset. This is also at cost. Finished goods, we have to add all the three elements and take the total cost. 6,48,000 into 3 months. It comes to 1,62,000. Next is information number F. Each unit production is expected to in process for half a month. In process is working progress. So stock of work in progress for half a month. They have not told how much is completed. So we have to make some assumption here. So for raw material, assume 100%. For direct labor, assume 50% complete. For overheads, assume 50% complete. So it's an assumption. This is the assumption usually made for the calculation. So raw material we take 3,60,000 total, 100% complete, half a month, it comes to 15,000. Labor 1,44,000, 50% complete for half a month, it comes to 3,000. For overheads 1,44,000, 50% complete for half a month, 3,000 again. So if you add all the three elements, it is going to be 21,000 work in progress. If nothing is specified, we have to assume like this: for raw material 100% complete, for labor 50%. So when we do labor, 50% for 50 by 100, 50 by 100 for overheads. Raw material 100%, so no need to put 100 by 100, so not required. So I taken the amount straight away. Next information connected to G, credit allowed to customers 3 months. So credit allowed to customers is sundry debtors. They have not told the one given there for selling price or credit cost price. We have to find. See adjustment number G, calculation of debtors may be made at selling price. So at selling price, that means at sales, we have to take 7,20,000. 7,20,000, and all the sales are done on credit basis. So 7,20,000 for 3 months, it comes to 1,80,000. Next, current liability we have to take for sundry creditors. They have given for 2 months therein. Sundry creditors is calculated on raw material. Raw material is 3,60,000 for 2 months, comes to 60,000. So add all the current assets. 4,23,000 less 60,000, 3,63,000 net working capital as well as working capital requirement. This completes working capital requirement. We have to do forecasted profit and loss account, and we have to complete the balance sheet with the help of working capital requirement, whatever we have done. So let us go by the raw materials used here. It becomes an expense for the business. So I am doing the trading account part of it. 3,60,000 total raw material consumption for 1 year. 3,60,000. Direct labor for 1 year for 1,80,000 units. 1,44,000 for 1,80,000 units production. 1,44,000 is an expense. Then overheads also 1,44,000. Then we are going to take the sales. Sale of 1,80,000 units comes to 7,20,000. So we will balance this to find the gross profit. The gross profit 7,20,000 minus all this is same 72,000. To gross profit, the balance, this gross profit comes to the credit side of P&L account, 72,000, and we have to find is there any other expenses. We have debentures here, 6% debentures. The meaning is 6% interest is payable on 2 lakhs. This becomes an expense. Interest on debentures. Rupees 2 lakhs is the value of debentures, 6% is the rate of interest, so 12,000 is payable as interest. We don't have any other information, any expenses. So we'll go for balancing 72,000 this side. Then it becomes net profit balance. 72,000 minus 12 is 60,000. So this completes forecasted P&L account. Then we'll try to fill the remaining information about the balance sheet, assets and liabilities. We have already filled share capital and we have a net profit now for 60,000. The net profit will become the reserves and surplus, nothing but surplus or net profit. It comes to 60,000. Then we have to go for taking the current liability. One liability we have here, that is creditors, 60,000 current liability. Then coming to the current assets, we have many. So all the stocks we have to take. So stock of raw materials, stock of work in progress, stock of finished goods. Then we have sundry debtors. So let me enter one by one. Stock of raw materials 60,000, stock of work in progress 21,000, stock of finished goods 1,62,000, sundry debtors 1,80,000. So I entered all the current assets and current liability here. I have to total and check if the balance sheet is having the same total or not. When I total it, asset side is more, so it is 6,23,000. Liability is less. There is a balance of rupees 3,000. So this balance we have to take it as bank overdraft. So this balance comes from the asset side, that is liability is more, assets is less, then it's going to be cash at bank. So here in this problem, asset is more, liability is less, so the balance of 3,000 are taken as bank overdraft.